This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Welcome into the show, everybody. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta, and it's just fantastic to have you along for the ride. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day with the Locked On Phillies Daily Podcast. I got you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies Postcasts. And what a postcast this one's going to be, because Ranger Suarez is absolutely amazing. And it's really hard to find somebody that has more fun doing his job than Ranger Suarez. You know, when you go 5 consecutive starts by tossing at least 7 innings of work there, when you allow no more than 2 runs over those 5 starts at the 7 innings or more, you're going to have a lot of fun while doing your job, and Ranger Suarez has certainly earned that. But in particular, 5th inning of the ball game, one of my favorite things happened. Now, not to promote my own social media. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it just because it was that much it was so enjoyable for me. I want it to be enjoyable for you. Ranger Suarez in the 5th inning, if you didn't see it, on my X, on my Twitter feed, I couldn't help but video the thing and then put it out there. And it was Ranger Suarez striking out Matt Olson for the 2nd time in the game. And it was on a down and in changeup. Actually, not even that down. It was just a changeup in. And it was the 2nd time that he got him on that very same pitch with that changeup. And the first time he got Olson with it, Olson just kind of shook his head, went back to the dugout, just like, man, that's a really good pitch. I don't know what to do with that. And then in the 5th inning, and this is where the video comes in, Suarez threw the exact same pitch, 2-2 count, inside, and Olson's just flailing away at it like he thought it was going to be a Ranger Suarez fastball, 91, 88 miles per hour over the middle of the plate. And he just rips at it, whiff, as the great Dan Patrick used to say on SportsCenter, the whiff. And Matt Olson swings over top of it and just whips his head back around to Ranger Suarez. And he's just like, unbelievable. He's frustratingly pulling off his gloves, his batting gloves and all that stuff. Meanwhile, cut to Ranger Suarez walking back into the Phillies dugout, and he's just like, oh, man, I'm amazing. This is so good. I laughed out loud. And if you get a chance to watch it, go ahead and watch it. It's just awesome. And it really summed up the type of day that Ranger Suarez had, even though at that point, the Phillies really didn't give him a lot of support, really, in his last start, obviously, and then this start as well. We'll go through all the numbers and all that. In total, as one would assume, Ranger Suarez today, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was a home run, an absolute moonshot by that Sean Murphy character. Has his 2nd 450-foot home run plus in the last 2 games. There was 455 last night, 451 for this one to dead center field. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 96 pitches. And his 7th inning, Ranger Suarez today, his 7th inning, when Rob Thompson did send him back out at 90 pitches, thank goodness, it was just a 6-pitch 7th inning for Ranger. So obviously he is our...
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Yeah, that's right. He's our player of the game. Just like that, Ranger Suarez. The velocity was not great by any means, but his placement was perfection. Absolute perfection. We always call these guys Greg Maddox. We always refer to these guys, Greg Maddox. He's like Greg Maddox. He's like Greg Maddox out there. No velo, all placement, all hitting his spots. That's exactly what Ranger Suarez did today, and it's what Ranger Suarez has been doing really since his first start of the season. I am absolutely amazed by what he has been able to put together so far this year. Absolutely amazed by it. You're looking at his last handful of starts, and it is incredible. And the consistency is there. It's the same type of thing. You're not seeing him have the type of pitching that is just off the charts amazing in terms of 95, 96, 98 mile per hour fastballs or anything like that. That's not the type of pitcher he is. He is having all this success by just keeping guys off balance. The changeup has worked extremely well for him. No better example than the Olson exchange I just talked about there. His sliders look good. The curveballs looked really good. And when he needs a cut fastball to dot the I, to paint the corner, whatever it might be, he's got that going for him today. And one of the things that was really great about his performance today, Ozuna in the 1st inning after an unfortunate infield single that was just a really weird hit off the bat of Olson, actually. It was the infield single that he had right off the knuckles He pops it up. I don't know how Bohm didn't catch it, but whatever. He fields it, fires to first, is unable to get Olsen. So now you got a runner on first. He faces Austin Riley. He works a 2-2 count, and he just drops a slider as the 9th pitch of the at-bat to sit down Marcell Ozuna at that particular instance, and he got Riley to pop out to short to end that inning. Goes into the 3rd inning after a leadoff walk, settles in perfectly. A 1-pitch at bat to Acuna, who pops out to short as well. Then he sits down Olsen for the first time on a 1-2 changeup inside. Then he sits down Ozuna on a cutter up in the zone. And what was really interesting about that was he went back to that a number of times with Marcell Ozuna, and Ozuna never made the adjustment. And Ranger just kept riding that wave that he was getting from a home plate umpire, Willie Traynor, behind the dish. And it was a lot of that throughout the game tonight, for this afternoon, rather, from Ranger Suarez. So absolutely fantastic. As for your turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Let's go ahead to the 5th inning now. Otto Kemp steps up to the plate after Bryson Stott led off with a single to center field. Kemp jumped on a first pitch and put it in the left field corner. Stott running extremely well around second base, hustles to third, and he scores on the play without a problem. But now you got a runner on second base, and you got nobody out. You got a runner in scoring position, which has been the Phillies' kryptonite. Oh, is he in scoring position? Better not drive him in. How about this? Enter small ball. Enter small ball. Brandon Marsh lays down a picture-perfect sacrifice bunt. Picture perfect. Kemp trots on over to third base. Sacrifice successful. Trea Turner steps up to the plate. Trea Turner hits a sac fly into the outfield, in particular center field, plenty deep to get the run home. Just like that, bing, bang, boom, 2 runs across the plate, and he got a 2-1 lead. And how about this? Ranger Suarez is still in the game, and he's got 2 runs of support. What is he going to do with himself? Might as well be 10-0, it feels like, for him. But it wasn't. It was still 2-1. So you needed Ranger to keep doing his job, and he did that. But that was the moment where he felt like, okay, all right, something's going here. Something's happening. And something happened wonderfully, where the Phillies were able to ride that to the victory. Now, look, I'm happy. The Phillies won. Phillies won 2 of 3 against the Braves. I'm obviously happy that happened. However, this offense still sucks. You didn't waste another great start from one of your starting pitchers, so that's cool. But still, 2 runs. 2 runs in this ball game. Looking at the box score today for your Phillies, Turner, the 0 for, but did get the RBI, so I'm not that mad. Kyle Schwarber jumped on a couple of first pitches and got some base knocks today. A couple of singles. Alec Bohm, who, by the way, was batting under 100 over the last week. Not throwing him under the bus. A lot of guys have batted under 100 over the last week. But Alec Bohm got you a base knock today. That was a great one, especially the double he had later in the game. We'll get to that as we highlight a couple of the problems. Nick Castellanos, they said it twice during the broadcast tonight. Nick Castellanos batting .460, I believe it was, with swinging at the first pitch. That's interesting. He had 2 base hits today. Kepler took the over, but also worked 2 walks. JT Realmuto, the 0 for 4. Bryson Stott got to that hit that I mentioned earlier, and Otto Kemp as well. Brandon Marsh 0 for 3, but a perfect sacrifice bunt. So let's talk about some of the other instances here that really have us worried as far as this Phillies offense is concerned. Let's go into the 6th inning there. Phillies get a leadoff double from Nick Castellanos off the wall in left field. A little misplay there, but he gets the double. Then Max Kepler steps to the plate, works the walk. You have first and second. You got nobody out. Good things are going to happen, right, Phillies? Fastball, middle of the plate, JT Realmuto. What does he do with it? The old 6-4-3 double play. Bryson Stott steps up next. He strikes out swinging at a curveball. First and second, nobody out. Fastball, middle of the plate to JT Realmuto. JT Realmuto misses it. Rolls over it for the double play. Not great. Not great. The 4th inning of this game. The 4th inning. And I give credit to Tom McCarthy, who referenced this, and I feel jinxed the jinx. Okay? A lot of times talking about an announcer jinxing something by mentioning, well, he hasn't had a home run, and there it goes. Okay? Well, the Phillies had not scored a run for Ranger Suarez in 16 straight innings going into that 5th inning. And that's when the Phillies were fortunately able to break out of it. But let's not get greedy, because then they had the first and second with nobody out in that 6th inning, and everything went to hell. 8th inning, Phillies had another opportunity, 2nd and 3rd with nobody out after Kyle Schwarber got a second hit of the game. Alec Boehm hit a double, so now you had 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Castellanos strikes out. Kepler flies out to left. Real Muto. Hey, there's the shortstop. Let me hit it right at him again. And that was that, except this time it wasn't a double play. This time it was just the final out of the inning, the last chance, in other words. So, yes, I am happy the Phillies took 2 or 3. I'm happy in one of these games the Phillies put up 13 runs, albeit against not great pitching. It's still 13 runs. But 2 runs. 3 runs over the last 2 games. Not a great road trip. 6-game road trip. They go 2 and 4. And now you got the San Diego Padres through a 3-game series before that, or before you face the Cincinnati Reds for a 3-game series, excuse me. So 6-game homestand after this. Phillies will look to build on this series with the Braves. Cross your fingers. Last time they took 2 or 3 against the Braves, they went into a little bit of a tailspin, unfortunately. They got blown out by the Brewers, and they went north of the border to drop 2 or 3 against the Blue Jays. So hopefully this time around, the Phillies are actually able to build on it. When we come back, we'll tell you about we'll talk about what you'll be talking about tomorrow. Also, we'll take your comments in our YouTube comment section, so make sure you get your comments in right now. Back after this is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. And now let me tell you about the Game Time app. Want to go to the game? Want to go to the concert? Want to go to the comedy show? Game Time app has you covered. So make sure you guys take advantage of all Game Time has to offer. Right now, you can download the app, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB, and get $20 off your first purchase on the Game Time app. That's the Game Time app. Download the app, create an account, use promo code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase on the Game Time app. And how about the do this little thing? And how about FanDuel? FanDuel's where it's at. Summer sports in full swing. And whether you're about baseball under the lights, whether they're about golfing on the green, high stakes soccer action, maybe, FanDuel is the best way to make every game more exciting. So get in on all the action with FanDuel. You're already following the action. Why not make it make it a little bit more thrilling, right? With FanDuel, you can get in one game with your friends and make sure while they're getting sunburned on the beach, you're winning yourself some money. I've been using FanDuel to track my favorite matchup, and the apps just makes it more fresh every single day with daily promotions and fun ways to bet. Whether I'm placing the same game parlay or watching a bet ride into the 9th inning, FanDuel makes it feel like I'm part of the action. If you're new to FanDuel, new customers, that is, can get $5. That's right. Hit a $5 bet, and you'll get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. Open the FanDuel app today and visit FanDuel.com to get started. Once again, if you're new to FanDuel, new customers can bet just $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Open FanDuel app, visit FanDuel.com to get started. All right, how about what you'll be talking about tomorrow?
This is what you'll be talking about.
You'll be talking about the offense still being porous. Hopefully you'll be talking about how Ranger Suarez has just absolutely dominated. 5 straight starts. He is 7-2 now on the season. 5 straight starts, 7 innings work. Now, you had a bullpen game to start out this series. To see a pitcher go 7 innings in the 3rd game of this series, I know you got an off day later, so they put him back out there for the extra up-down. I know that's a big concern. But 7 2/3 against Houston Astros, 1 run. 7 innings against the Miami Marlins, 1 run. 7 innings against the Toronto Blue Jays, 0 runs. And that 8-0 win they had against them. That's fun. 5th straight start, at least 7 innings, no more than 2 runs. You call that a heater. If everyone else didn't use it as a cliche, maybe I'd use it, but Power Ranger for what he's been able to do. Plus, power really doesn't describe his game. Pinpoint Ranger for Ranger Suarez. That's what I think you'll be talking about tomorrow. And the offense just needing to get it going. I also say this. I know Matt Strom got out of it, but if we're all feeling like we're on the edge of our seats when it comes to Matt Strom being out there, that 9th inning was certainly edge of your seat type of stuff. Austin Riley flew out to center. Not that deep, but when it left the TV screen before they flashed to center, I went, yay! Okay, fine. Ozzie Albies got the single. Sean Murphy stepped up there, the guy that has the 455-foot home run yesterday and the 451-foot home run today. I went, okay, all right, just take it easy with this guy. And he got him to swing at a slider, a slider, outside slider. It wasn't even like an outer half of the plate. It was not even the corner. It was outside. And he just put it into the outfield, and Brandon Marsh tracked it down. And then Fairchild got the last one. So Brandon Marsh running a bit of a track meet out there in center field trying to back up Matt Strom. So bottom line is Strom gets the save. Phillies get the win. Ranger Suarez gets the win. Otto Kemp a clutch base knock to get things going well for the Phillies in that fifth inning. All right, let's get into the chat check and see what you guys have to say about this Phillies victory. Morgan Landy looking for insurance runs. Let's not get greedy. Evelyn, are you guys as sick as me of JT, the king of hitting ground balls into double plays? There was that Tampa series, Evelyn, where they mentioned JT Realmuto last year grounded into 7 double plays. And in that Tampa Bay Rays series, like a month and a half ago, whatever it was, in that Tampa Bay Rays series, he grounded into his 7th double play, or his 6th double play. And then I think he grounded into his 7th double play of the year in that same game. And T-Mac was just like, well, I shouldn't have said anything. And ever since then, I've just noticed it seems like every time JT Realmuto grounds into a double play. Just Patrick second, what is Strom doing on the mound here? What? Yeah, I didn't feel great about it either. Strom really likes to give his center fielders a lot of work. Just Patrick. Marsh is like, hey, Stromy, I need to get my cardio in. A couple of fly balls this way, thanks. Thanks, my long-haired friend. Give me back my conditioner. All right. Mark K, what's going on? I'm still not happy about Casty at bat. No outs with runners second and third. Yeah. I highlighted that. 8th inning? Yeah. Not great. Also not great for Kepler. Also not great for JT Realmuto. Not ideal. Just Patrick, top of the 8th. Oh, yeah. That's that go final yet? Pirates beating the brakes off of the, New York Mets. Phillies game and a half. 12-1. Oh, my God. The Mets suck. That's terrible. Look at them only scoring 1 run. Oh, what a bunch of bums. Am I right, Phillies fans? Anyway, Phillies won. What's going on? Agreed, Evelyn. That was the worst opportunity, says Jeremy Von Skyver, for JT to bunt there. No guarantees getting the run home, but we at least would have a better chance. Here's the thing as far as JT bunting, whatever inning that was, it was the 4th inning. Castellanos went down grounding out to second. Kepler flew out to left. 2 pitches. 2 pitches, 2 outs in the inning there. Realmuto showed bunt before taking a couple pitches, got a 3-1 fastball away. Would have been ball 4, and instead he hit it and grounded out to short. He loves the shortstop. What a guy. Ranger is morphing into peak Jamie Moyer, says John. Definitely had that thought. Just glad we didn't waste another great start. Absolutely. Mikey B, a win is a win. Like I said last night, it's fine. I'm fine with it. Stack the wins when you can stack the wins. Just a little consistent offense would be nice. And when I say consistent offense, I mean consistently good, not consistently 0 to 2 runs. You know what I mean? Like the majority of this road trip. Jason Hess, let's go Phils. Caitlin, Ranger should win the Cy Young Award. Keep on dealing, man. Keep on dealing, Ranger. Buddy Christ, keep up the great work, Farzy. Buddy Christ. Is this right? Do I have it right? Yes, I do. Boom. There we go. Thank you. Hope Harper plays tomorrow. Could certainly happen. Danny Prado. What's up, Danny? Nice to have you. DJ Shire, pitching duel for sure, and sucks to lose the series, but good game. Hey, good game, 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 good game. Juice boxes. There we go. Thank you very much. All right. Tomorrow, your Philadelphia Phillies will be hosting the San Diego Padres for a 3-game series in South Philadelphia. This starts a 6-game homestand against those Padres. Padres, bottom of the 9th inning in Cincinnati. They are tied at 2, and the way that one goes down. Padres are 45-37 on the season. Manny Machado's hitting .293 with a .355 on-base percentage, and that's within an 0 for 4 day so far out there in Cincinnati. So look forward to seeing what they are bringing to the table. I don't believe the Padres have slated a starter yet for that game against the Phillies for game 1 tomorrow night. I believe it's a 6:45 start time in South Philly. 6:35 start time in South Philly tomorrow night. Zach Wheeler slated to make the start for the Phils against don't know yet. And then Nick Pivetta against Christopher Sanchez. Mick Abel supposed to go up against the 1:05 start time. Dylan Cease. So we'll see how that one fares for the Phils. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Make sure you guys hit like and subscribe on Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. That's like and subscribe on Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. Also, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing when you see Connor Thomas on here as well for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. And make sure you guys are liking and subscribing when you see me right here for your Locked On Phillies postcast. I'll be back with Locked On 76ers tomorrow with Keith Pompey as we're doing that show 5 days a week. The support over the first month of me being on that show with Keith has been phenomenal. So thank you so much for all the support right there. And thank you, guys. We are closing in on one of the best months we've had in the month of June. Well, June has been one of our best months in talking Phillies with our Phillies postcast. So I appreciate you guys continuing to grow the show and the audience. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your day. My name is Mark Farzetta, back with you guys tomorrow with Locked On 76ers and tomorrow night with your Locked On Phillies postcast. See you guys then.